Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the daily wrap for what was Friday, the 13th of December, 2024. Funny enough, it didn't dawn on me that it was Friday the 13th until like a minute ago when I was about to start filming this. I was like, oh, it's the end of the week, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th in the middle of December is weird because usually it's around like September, October. It was very bizarre that it ended up being in December of all months this year. Anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed the week. I know that this week was a tenuous week because we had tons of technical difficulties, whether it was these RGB lights malfunctioning and not syncing properly with my RGB setup, whether it was my internet going up and down as it did a few times this week, whether it was my videos not processing properly on YouTube, right? This week, there was a lot of problems, okay? But I do have good news, and I hope that you guys enjoy this news. It seems like I figured it all out. Basically, here's the deal, okay? From what I'm understanding and figuring out here, YouTube has an issue right now with videos of a certain size when it comes to like, gigabytes in size, or videos that are using a particular codec. And I know that sounds weird because you're like, what's the difference? You would think there shouldn't be. And in fact, there wasn't up to a few days ago. And now all of a sudden there is. It's very odd what's going on with YouTube with this right now. But to make a long story short, basically, I was recording at a certain quality for about a week. And then all of a sudden, when I went to upload to YouTube, the videos would stick in processing and never clear. And it didn't make any sense whatsoever that this was happening. So I kept experimenting all week. And today I finally figured it out. If I do a different codec, that's not the worst codec, but not the best one. Like the worst one is the old one, it's like H.264. The best one's AV1. If I use the one that's in the middle, which is like VENC or something like that, VENC, I think, then they seem to take the videos and literally process them immediately. And they don't take that long to upload. So it seems like it's the best of both worlds. It sucks because AV1 is the best codec, and apparently I could have squeezed more quality out of the videos if I used it. And I'm still streaming with the AV1 codec, so the streams should look outstanding, but I can't make YouTube work. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. It was working for a week and then stopped. So today I experimented. My podcast I recorded at these like VNC or VENC codec, and even though it was a large file size, it uploaded and processed immediately and went live. So you guys can watch the podcast right away. To compare to that, I'm not kidding you. The podcast from yesterday still hasn't processed and probably never will. It's probably going to sit there at like 360p forever for some bizarre reason. I don't know why. Anyway, the Bloodborne videos today, I experimented with the different codec as well. And I was basically able to get them to upload and encode more quickly. The Balatro that I recorded tonight hopefully will be seamless, flawless with no issues, but I'll keep an eyeball on it, all right? So anyway, how did today go? The podcast was great. The podcast, I spent the entirety of it watching trailers from the Game Awards last night. I think I watched like 10 or more trailers, like 14. So if you didn't see it yet, watch it. It's completely demonetized. Why? Of course, because, they had music and stuff in those trailers, and they idiotically had to go ahead and claim the video 17 times over. So I make no money on the podcast this morning, but I hope that you'll still watch it and enjoy my reactions to those trailers. Now, normally I probably would have clipped some of those reactions out and uploaded them as separate videos, but I stayed late tonight, and I'll explain why in a moment. It was a good reason why I stayed on stream late tonight. So I'm not going to have time to do any clipping tonight. First stream was Elden Ring, yikes. Bloodborne, the Old Hunters DLC. We continued from the shortcut where you start at the Blood River, cleared out the whole Blood River and all its items, cleared out all the side areas and all of that, got all the weapons, all the stuff there, all the optional fights, and got to Ludwig, okay? Then I had my big rematch with Ludwig. I'm going to say this. It certainly didn't go steamrolling swimmingly, but it also wasn't nearly as bad as the first time I fought him. It was somewhere in the middle. It didn't take me that long, but it was a fun fight, and I remembered how to fight him about halfway through, and then, it got better. And then we continued on, and funny enough, again, this is the second time I've completely forgotten that there's a middle part of this DLC in, like, the laboratory with the people whose heads have mutated. I always forget about that. Every time I forget it exists. So, I went in there, and I spent, like, over an hour exploring there and everything. Didn't finish it. I got pretty far in it, but I haven't finished it yet. But it should be a good time. next time that I play, where I'll finish that up, get to the final part, which is the big infected, seaside nautical town and all the tough enemies there. And then, of course, getting to Orphan. So we're there. I'd say 2 more streams we're going to beat Bloodborne completely. Probably 2, because probably 1 to get through the nautical town and then 1 to beat Orphan, probably. That's what I'm thinking. So good stuff. The finale is coming, okay? And good news, on the first stream, we did hit the goal and exceeded it a little bit as well. So because of that, we added another one to the counter. We're now at goals hit 7. Remember, when we hit goals hit 10, that's when we're going to be doing a DSP Tries It as a reward, okay? Tonight was Balatro. I've been told that's how you pronounce it. It's not Balatro like I was calling it. It's Balatro. And luckily for me, all right, I had some people who were helping me out to learn the various aspects of the game. And, I started learning about how the jokers work and how you want multiply jokers rather than plus multiply. You want X multiply. And, celestial cards are really good and stuff like that. So basically, I learned a lot as I was playing. I had a couple of runs. The first one was great. The second run was terrible. And then I did a third run, and I just happened to have this build where it benefited me to have pairs, single pairs, because I kept buffing the pair with the celestial cards. And I had a card, a joker. Every time you do a hand, if you do it again, ×3 multiplier. So it just kept doing giant multipliers. So basically, I got really far, and it was time to end. It was like just around like 9:05, 9:10. And I was like, it's time to end the stream. But then I was like, well, wait a minute. I'm going to go a little later and see what can happen, because I was already at like ante 5, ante 6. So I went about a half an hour extra. Guess what? I beat Balatro. I got my first win. Now, this game is a roguelike. It's not meant to just be played once. You want to keep playing. You want to try to beat it different ways, different decks, challenge yourself, unlock all the content of the game. So I'm not done with Balatro. I'll keep playing it for sure. But it was amazing. It was such a great tear and a great run. It was right down to the last hand. I was like, this is amazing. It was super fun. So I had a great time. I hope that you guys did too. I want to say thank you to everyone who attended and supported. We did not hit the goal on that late stream, but we were close. I think we were at like 122 or something like that. I'm not disappointed. That's a great stream to me. So thank you guys. Great week. The new goals are working. We're not going to hit the goal every stream, but some goals or some streams we do, and some streams we exceed it. So it's fine. Like literally, it's fine. I don't have a single complaint about this week. I had a great time. I hope that you guys did too. Tomorrow I'm off. All right. So tonight I'm going to upload the videos. The Balatro should go live quickly. Like they should upload and go live very quickly, because now I use this different codec. Okay. We'll see. I guess we'll see together, but it should. And this daily wrap too. This should go live right away because I use the other codec. I'm not going to highlight or upload any highlights tonight, but remember, I have like a ton of highlight videos going live over on DSP Reacts this week, because my throwback or my politics show was really good. And I talked a lot about these really hot topics, and people seem to really like it live, but now you can watch it on demand over there as these clips go live. There's going to be 2 a day, 1 tonight, 2 tomorrow, 2 the next day. I think there's still like 5 or 6 left. So there's a lot coming over the weekend. Okay. All right. So I'm off tomorrow. I'll be out and about doing errands and the like. When I come back on Sunday, it's going to be a fun podcast, and I have an announcement for everyone on that show. So I hope if you can make it, you'll join me for the podcast on Sunday for an announcement. And then it's going to be Indiana Jones and the Great Circle continuing on that first stream. This game was great last time I played it. I focused in a lot on the story, and the story actually is getting good. So I'm very excited to play more and see where the story goes. And then on Sunday night, it is the return of Microsoft Flight Simulator, where we're going to have a nice chill night riding DSP Air. You guys, through your contributions, will purchase your tickets and tell me where to fly. And we're going to do some aerial tourism on that stream. Okay? All right, everyone. I want to say thank you. This was a really great streaming week, despite the fact that I had tons of technical difficulties and lots of issues. We were working through them. Things are getting better, right? They're settling in. Remember, next week, not only is it gameplay all week, but I got my big return React event. I haven't done a long-form React since September. I'm doing one now. It's the Mr. Medicare documentary by June the King. I'm excited to learn about the guy because I've heard so much about him, and I've heard so many things about him talking about me, and I don't know how much of that is in the documentary, but I'm excited for it, and I hope that you guys are too. And, oh yeah, I'm going to have some new Christmas animations for you all when I come back on Sunday for the 3rd week of December, all right? Everyone, thank you so very much. What a great week. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Please be safe on Saturday. I will see you Sunday when I get back. Everyone, have a good one. Peace out. See you then.